taken high up on the bat. But the expertise of Ponting just angles the bat, picks up 4 runs. But that was a good ball from Glenn McGrath. Over pitches, a rarity from Glenn McGrath, and Ponting takes toll of it, whips it off the pads. And that outfield out there quickened up a little bit over the last couple of days. 4 runs. He wouldn't be happy with feeding him the full toss on leg stump.
Well, it's un-Glenn McGrath, like he knows he's made a mistake. He's got the ball tailing back from outside off stump, but he just didn't get this right. A full bunger on middle and leg, and Ponting doesn't often miss out there and didn't. And that may go all the way. He hasn't quite timed it, but if it runs down the hill, as it does, another boundary to Ponting. Funny enough, around that when I go around the talented child programs and elite development squads, lots of young blokes run in with the ball in the non-bowling hand and transfer it late.
Hit nicely out through mid-wicket. Long chase there for the fieldsman out at square leg, and it's 4 runs.
Shortish whipped away. Not a good one to finish his previous over, and a bad one to start this one.
It looked like he went for the flatter one. It was a quicker, flatter delivery. Doesn't get the length right.
First runs off the bat from this new spell by Stuart Clark.
And it should have only been a 1. They need a third man. We talked about all through the first innings. Ponting has scored so many runs down there, as has Cox. It's not the worst delivery. It cramps Ponting up a little. It comes into him. And it's just an easy boundary.
Again, that cut shot, the late cut. He plays it superbly. No third man. Easy 4. Well timed, though.
Yeah, it's a shot that has some risk with it, with the ball coming in towards him. Let's have a look at this. I mean, look, that's close. I mean, that's just outside our stump, and Ponting's good enough to get away with it. But if he is, like, it's at least 6 runs it's cost not having the third man. And Stuart Clark wants someone there. Well, if he doesn't want a third man, you have a catcher. So that shot is either stoppable or catchable if he gets it in the air. I think McGill's just gone to that, well, it's a second of a fine gully. It's a fine gully. I'd like another step to his left. Now he's moved up a couple of paces. I think he's a bit too close if Ponting's cutting at it, but he needs to be a big step to his left there.
Through the covers. He leant on this, but it came off the middle of the bat. The outfield quickening up, and so too the ball. And Darryl Hand signals 4, so this has been probably the worst over run-wise we've seen Stuart Clark bowl, but he hasn't bowled a real bad ball.
No, that one he went for the in-swinger again and just ended up a half volley, but he's probably been scared off a bit with the 2 cut shots, which, they haven't been cuts, have they? They've been glides to third man. He's overcompensated.
Through the field. And big chase. It will just get down the hill now and to the rope. So McGrath picks it up as if he needed the run.
Well, he's probably looking for some fitness work. Yeah, McGill's entitled to be disappointed. Higgs was there to stop that. Got to get something on it.
He's got there without a great deal of fuss, hasn't he? 40. Use of the feet, superb straight hit. Just the one bounce. And it's not going to do his mood any good, Stuart McGill, because it started off dark and now it's dark and gloomy.
Well, this is a good shot by Ponting. It's certainly not a bad delivery. But what compounds the error is the misfield the ball before. That's a good ball from A real good length turning away. Ponting's good enough to do that to it.
On the attack, that's his 50, and he'll get it with a boundary. A very well-timed shot by Ricky Ponting, and a half century to add to his century in the first dig.
That is a good test for Higgs. And good over, squirted behind point. Great shot. Just speared it in a little quicker, through the hands to the head did Mark Higgs, and suddenly it was on its way to the boundary. Lovely shot, beautiful placement there from Ricky Ponting. That racing away to the boundary, just beats Greg Mail. A great placement in that on drive from Ricky Ponting.
Plus this ball's moving too as well. He's getting reverse swing, so had to wait on it. The older pitch to it holds up a bit. You just cock the wrists and pick it off. It's easier said than done. There's all those abnormalities that come into it.
And plenty of time to get up on the toes there. Swats that one away for 4 runs. He virtually got into position, had time to put it away for 4, and up it goes to 1 for 187. He's one of those guys, Jeff, I find that either scores ones or boundaries. Not many 2s and 3s in the innings of Ricky Ponting.
No, well, I think he usually chips them around for one, and when he does hit them, they stay hit. You know, that's what you're saying, that he picks the gap. He usually, when he does hit it, it's got the power and the timing in it like that, that's 4 runs.
Now, Tom, I'm not taking anything away from Ricky Ponting, but I reckon even at your age, put a bat in your hand out there and you get a full toss on leg stump. And that's going to be it. Lovely shot in which to get the 100. Puts it away behind point. So Ricky Ponting's 2nd century of the match. He's captain the side for the first time. He's got 2 points in the bag. The first innings win. And I would think, Jeffrey, for anyone captaining their side on the first occasion, might even be the first time that they got 100 in each innings.
Yeah, that's right. It'd be fairly close, but when it doesn't never look like getting out. He got run out in the first innings. That's how they got him out. And now this time round, he's turned around and got another century too as well, and looked exactly the same as what he did in the first innings.
And it's going to go right on with it. Another boundary.
Well, there we are. There's some of his stats. 5 times. A double up for Ricky Ponting. He's the man that's jumped from the pack. We saw those ones earlier. They were in the 4s. Ricky's done the double.
Yes, the only player to have done that now. Jamie Cox had the chance to be the first player to get 5 on 5 occasions, 100 in each innings. He got out for 80. That Ricky Ponting has gone right on with it. Nicely played, lovely shot. Beautiful use of the feet. Kept the head down, placed it to perfection.
There it goes over the top of mid-on. It's a big, big 6.
Well, that was a terrific blow. He ran down at Higgs all right, but he didn't miss it. He's obviously got no interest in the Caulfield Cup. That's gone many a mile. Hasn't he struck it cleanly this match? First game as captain. Got the 2 points from the team that went in as favourites, and a couple of hundreds for himself.
And with the pressure of captaincy as well, Kerry. First time we spoke to Jamie Cox, the resident captain for the Tasmanian Tigers. He said he would not have relinquished the duties if he didn't think Ricky Ponting would do a good job, so he's a tough marker. Short, punished. This will get to the fence. It's the longest boundary on the field, but has plenty of steam. And he has given a vote of confidence too. He said punters handled things very well throughout this game.
All the mail was when he was in the Australian, so that those in the room said he has something to offer tactically. There's something about him. He has a feel for how to get the best out of a team. And finally, given the reins, you know, he's pulled every right rein.
There's Mark Waugh. Pretty far, is it?
Mark was trying to leave the field.
It's Caulfield
It's
Cup.
4:04.
Off you go, Mark.
I'm not trying to read anything into this, okay?
He's obviously done an injury to that finger, just split the webbing again, and he's just gone up to get it repatched.
He cut it on a TAB ticket.
Beautiful cut. They may as well just stand back and applaud. That sizzled.
Well, it's hard to separate the quality of the batting Mark Waugh and Ricky Ponting. I thought Mark Waugh's innings would have to be the innings of the match, but Ricky Ponting's was close. It was second in the first innings, but it may be superior to Mark Waugh's in the second innings. I think this has been something special.
Too good. Struck it too well. Beat two of them. Nash the first man. And that new ball races away.
Well, this was classic. You don't see better on drives than that. That was special.
And there's been a collapse at the Adelaide Oval. 4 for 49. They require 160 from 35. So the Vicks, what a start to the year that would be for them. And Hodge again, 140 in the second dig after a century in the first. In the air, but through the gap at speed. Maybe he mistimed the Caulfield Cup by 10 or so minutes.
Yeah, cruise missiles are in the air as well, and they take some catching. Oh, that is drilled. I mean, this new ball has just given Ponting a license to use its newness.
Got inside that very quickly. There's a man out there, but he would have had to been, well, Linford Christie. And not even the flying grandfather would have got it.
Well, Don Nash, I just don't think he's the fellow to bowl short to, not on when he's nearing 150. You've got to try and get it up there and move it, because Ricky Ponting is the most damaging hooker in the Australian game.
Off 163 balls too, Kerry. He does it again, and he'll be punished again.
Well, this is where Don Nash is just not getting it right. Although there are two men back, and the suggestion is you've got to test him again. I think with two men back, you're better off bowling something that leaves the bat and full, because Ponting is expecting to get bounced here, and he doesn't make too many mistakes on the hook shot.
Well, two boundaries off the opening two balls, and a dot ball. And the big bloke's been knocked around. In the air, this will be the end of the innings, surely. 154, gone. And it was the skipper who caught him. And what a great knock it was. 154 for Ricky Ponting. Back-to-back centuries. And it was all class.
And he just really, that was on the up. He knew the moment he hit it that he was in trouble to particularly with Shane Lee. It's 3 for 329.